I knew the moment she saw me. Her smile tightened, her eyes narrowed, and her perfectly manicured fingers wrapped around my forearm as if I were something she needed to drag out of sight. "You don't belong here," she whispered, venom soft enough that only I could hear it. Guests laughed behind us. Champagne shimmered in crystal, and I stood in the doorway of my own brother's wedding, holding the envelope with the $100,000 gift he thought I couldn't afford. She wasn't wrong. I once couldn't, but that was before she betrayed me, before they both did Dot as she tried to pry the envelope from my hand. Treating it as if it belonged to her, I felt a snap inside me. Not loud, not explosive, clean, controlled. The kind of snap that comes right before a perfect plan locks into place. Stop back then. Before she knew who I really was, things were different. The first time I met her, my brother introduced her as the girl who saved him. She was radiant, disarming, a force of confidence. When she hugged me too long, too tight, I mistook it for warmth. I wanted to believe she was good for him. He needed someone steady. I didn't question the glances they exchanged whenever money came up, or how often she asked about my finances, my investments, my company. I chalked it up to curiosity, family talk. Back then, I trusted easily. Foolishly, the betrayal didn't arrive in a shout. It arrived in a notification, an email accidentally forwarded to me. Her name was attached to a message meant for someone else. He's naive. He'll hand us whatever we want. A walking wallet pretending to be family Dot. The words hit like ice water dripping straight into my ribs, and worse screenshots. My brother's replies. His agreement. His encouragement. And the final line that sealed it all. "We'll ask for the loan next month." He won't say, "No, Dot, they plan to bleed me dry together." I didn't confront them. I didn't send a word back. Emotion is a weapon, that I had no intention of placing it in their hands, Dot, so I shifted, with my heart hardened enough to see clearly. I spent 6 months studying them, their habits, their patterns. Their weaknesses. Dot, my brother, depended on her approval like oxygen. She depended on status, money, jewelry, influence, the illusion of untouchable elegance. Dot, so I targeted the places where both would crack. Funded my brother's dream business anonymously, structuring it so every cent was tied to my name behind the scenes. I donated to her favorite charity in her honor, knowing the tax fraud entangled with it was an open secret, and that attaching my name to it would become her only escape when it eventually collapsed. Everything I did looked generous, harmless, brotherly, but every move tightened a rope they didn't know they were already wearing. The wedding was where the knot finally closed. She dragged me behind a floral arch, her smile sharp as glass. "You should put that gift on the table," she said, tapping the envelope. "We'll keep it safe, we?" I asked. Dot, she smirked. "Well, I handle the finances now." My brother approached, eyes avoiding mine, hands trembling, guilt leaking through every crack. He knew what she'd done. He knew what they'd done, but he had no idea what I'd done, not yet. I opened the envelope, pulled out the check, and handed it directly to him. "For you," I said. For a moment, her face went ghost pale. She realized she had lost control, and then, right on cue, my phone buzzed. The arrests had begun. Board members, accountants, charity executives. Her charity, her alibi, her safety net gone. A second buzz. My lawyer confirming that my brother's business, which was legally in my name, had been dissolved due to mismanagement. Accounts frozen. Assets seized. His phone buzzed next. His face turned sheet white as the notifications flooded in, and then he did something I didn't expect. He stepped toward her. "Not me. You ruined us," he whispered. "You said he'd never fight back?" Her mascara streaked down her cheeks as whispers spread through the wedding hall. She wasn't the queen anymore. She was the scandal, the fraud, the downfall. Dot, all the things she planned to make me. I simply watched calm. steady, detached, because for the first time, she was the one freezing while her life collapsed, not me. I left before the argument ended, before the police arrived, before the guests connected the dots. I walked into the cool night air feeling lighter than I had in years. Some people think revenge is fire and fury, but mine was simple, precise, a quiet rearranging of truth until the guilty collapsed under the weight of their own greed. As I stepped down the venue stairs, I finally understood. I didn't attend the wedding to give a gift. I came to collect what was mine, my peace, my dignity, my justice, and I left with all of it.